Is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Brian, coming to you live from TFNN, 8:30 a.m. Wednesday morning, 60 minutes to go until that opening bell, and we've got volatility overnight yet again. Markets in dramatically positive territory right now, coming off Super Tuesday. Joe Biden having quite an evening last night. Looks like it's going to be a Biden-Bernie race. The market, though, liking the Biden, as they called it last night, Joe-mentum. Quite a night for Joe Biden last night. We'll get into that in a moment. But right now, markets, you got the Dow futures up about 569 points, trading 26,449. S&P's positive by about 60, trading at 3,056. NASDAQ positive by 162 points, trading at 87.45. Pretty remarkable that it is becoming almost the norm that we wake up in the morning. Which way are we, up or down? 2 to 3% potentially overnight. Right now, it looks like we're clawing back a lot of the losses that we had yesterday. We'll start things off with the chart of the S&P. I've backed things up to the spike yesterday. We get a surprise 50 basis point cut from the Fed. The S&Ps trade to a high at 10 a.m. yesterday of 31.37, and then you almost can't overstate the collapse that the market has, because we finished in dramatically lower territory, but that was after coming off a dramatically higher push in the market. So you go from 31.37 at 10 a.m. yesterday, and by 2 o'clock, you're trading at a low of 29.73. You're talking about almost 165 S&P points. How's 5.5% from high to low there? But the market charges a bit higher into the close, and check it out. We're right in the middle of that trading range, 3,053 on the S&Ps right now. You see the climb that we had last night. The numbers start to come in from Super Tuesday. As they proceed to come in, quite an uptrend in the market. We reach a high of the futures about 7:30 a.m. That high, 3,074. We're about 20 points off that level, but volatility continuing. We're up at 3,074 at 7:30, and then by just after 8 o'clock, we're trading at 3,043. So you're talking about a full percent. We trade from high to low there, currently trading 3,054. Jumping over to some of the other markets, we'll start things off with the Dow. The Dow high this morning, 26,615, currently trading 26,466. For some context, the low yesterday afternoon, 25,716. So we're a solid 700 plus points above that level. NASDAQ 100, we were just up at highs at 88.08, currently trading at 87.40. We covered the S&Ps, 3,054. There's your crude oil market, $47.85 right now. We were above $48 briefly within the last hour. Gold contract, quite an acceleration as well. Gold, yesterday, we end the day at about 16.49. Gold trades down to about 16.35 overnight, currently trading at 16.43. And the euro US dollar trading at 1.1129. So let's get into the news of the day, and that is the primaries, and that is Super Tuesday. So the total delegate count after last night, Joe Biden in the lead. Now, to put things in context here, all the analysts, from what I had heard, were looking for Bernie to hopefully secure a lead that he might be able to hold on to for the rest of the primary season. Not the way it went, with Joe Biden winning potentially 10 of the 14 states at stake last night. You have Biden coming out 453, 382. It's a two-man race at this point. Warren, Bloomberg, far in the dust last night. You should see them hopefully drop out, as they have very little, if not no, chance to secure the nomination at this point. And getting into the actual states. So Vermont going to Bernie Sanders, not too much of a surprise. The senator from Vermont for a long period of time. But we had 14 states at stake last night, and you see it. Virginia going to Biden, North Carolina, Alabama. You see the delegate counts as well. Maine, a toss-up. Looks like Biden might get the lead, but they may split the delegates there regardless because it's so close. Massachusetts, Elizabeth Warren not even able to secure her own state. You'll see her probably step aside, I would anticipate. Biden in Massachusetts, Oklahoma, Tennessee as well, Arkansas as well, and then you had Sanders getting Colorado. But Biden again, Minnesota, Texas. Texas, a big one for Biden to secure. Utah and California. I guess California all but assured they expected to go to Sanders. But we'll see how that shakes out. Big night in politics. That driving a lot of the action as some clarity coming out of the politics. Other news out there this morning. Private payrolls up 183,000 in February. Hiring shows no sign of coronavirus scare. The expectation was, I believe, 155, so quite a beat on payrolls. Now, we get non-farm payrolls on Friday for the month of February. Be interesting to see what they show. I wonder whether February, a little too early. I wonder what March is going to show, right? February, not too much of an effect in the U.S. in the month of February. Things kind of really ramping up in the final week or two. Last week was the week the market fell apart. That was really the end of February. Maybe hiring was already in set if it was going to happen. I wonder how that'll play out in March. But nonetheless, strong numbers for payroll numbers in the month of February. Other news out there, coronavirus-wise, Italy closing down schools in new virus containment effort. So this is the type of headline you're going to start to see more and more often. It could come to the U.S. That's why you've seen these markets fall apart a bit. This is a potential that has to be recognized at least. Italy will shut down schools across the country until mid-March to curb the spread of the coronavirus epidemic. The closure, which starts this Thursday, aimed at tackling the outbreak for the highly contagious disease, which has killed 79 people in the country and crippled the rich northern regions, the news is reporting. And how about that 10-year yield? We're back above 1%. When I got this ready for the program, we were sitting at 0.996, right at 1%. Drilling this down to a shorter time frame chart. Zooming in, you see the escalation this morning. Come on, where are we? That's the overnight. And you see that low, backing things up. Zooming in a bit, because it is remarkable, folks. Yesterday, 0.92 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That is correlating to the market lows. I say that again, a yield of 0.914 in the 10-year. Just a remarkable yield. And since then, as we've had the markets claw back, this is your overnight session. Even at 4 a.m., we were down to 0.93% in a 10-year yield. We've now climbed to be oscillating right at around that 1% mark in that 10-year yield. Other stocks making moves out there in terms of checking in on the FANG stocks. Microsoft this morning trading a bit higher, $167.75. Closed yesterday almost $3, $164.51. You see the pop happening in the markets. Amazon this morning, $19.41, closed at about $19.08. Google shares, $13.67, closed at $13.41. Some of the airline stocks, American Airlines, come on, up a bit, $18.31, closed at $17.85. Delta will finish it out, $47.35. And United, $59.49, up about $1. Stay tuned, folks. When we come back from the break, see what else we have on tap for the trading day. We'll be right back in 3 minutes.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190. The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, JDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-Shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. S&P's right now positive by 59, trading at 3,056. You get the Dow up almost 600, futures 26,478. Other headlines out there, checking in on the coronavirus update. In terms of the outbreak numbers, there's a map of the U.S. Cases hit kind of on the outside of the country there, right? California, Washington looks like to be the hardest hit. We have a couple cases in Florida I know of, as well as Arizona, Texas, in the northeastern area as well. New York, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, it looks like, Rhode Island in there as well. Global cases, 93,400. Global deaths, at least 3,190. U.S. cases up to 108. And unfortunately, U.S. deaths up to 9, and all but assured to rise from that number as we're at the beginning of things. We covered the Italy school order, closing schools for 2 weeks in there, and jumping around just one chart here. Cases outside of China. South Korea, especially hard hit. Italy, we just talked about them. School closures for 2 weeks at least. Iran, not sure we're getting real statistics out of Iran in terms of what they're telling us about how bad that outbreak could be there. In Japan, France, Germany, Spain, Singapore, and then the others grouped in. U.S. not even on that list. And hopefully that stays that way, but not quite sure that'll be the case. Japan playing down the possibility of postponing Tokyo Olympics due to the coronavirus outbreak. Talked about this a little bit on the program yesterday. I believe that starts. I mean, this is the Summer Olympics, folks. Let's see if we get a date in here. I think July. That's what I was going to say. July 24th to August 9th. You're talking about 4 months away, potentially. I do not see those Olympics taking place, at least in anything resembling what the Olympics usually take place in 4 months. You're talking about people from all over the world traveling to be in stadiums of 100,000 plus people, whether it's 50,000, whatever it is. I just don't see that happening. Maybe they play the Olympics to empty stadiums. Maybe they play it where just the athletes. Even that, I'm not sure. Bringing people, athletes from all over the world, it's one thing that's possible, but the government played down speculation over whether those Olympics will take place as the number of coronavirus cases in the country topping 1,000 now. On Wednesday, the chief cabinet secretary said that the country's still preparing to hold the Olympics as planned. The comments came a day after the Olympic minister sparked concerns after she said that Tokyo's contract with the International Olympic Committee could be interpreted as allowing a postponement until the end of the year. We'll keep hearing about that, but these are the types of events, especially, I can't imagine you're going to see them take place if we're still seeing headlines of number of cases rising, number of deaths rising, etc. We talked about the 10-year yield jumping. We're at 0.92%, as you may expect. Weekly mortgage refinances spiking 26% as interest rates tank on coronavirus fears. The average contract interest rate for the 30-year fixed mortgage fell to 3.57% from 3.73% last week. I imagine if we stay where we are, you'll see that number go down even more. That drop causing a 26% surge in weekly refinance applications. Compared with a year ago, refinance volume 224% higher. Given the further drop in Treasury rates this week, we expect refinance activity will increase even more, as I said, until fears subside and rates stabilize. Stocks making moves this morning. We got a couple out with earnings. Nordstrom shares trading lower pre-market on the disappointing quarterly results. So they earned $1.42 a share on revenue of $4.54 billion. The market, though, was looking for $1.47 on $4.56 billion. Nordstrom, JWN, they've had a tough run at it recently, and it continues. Closed yesterday at $34. Looks to open at about $30. There's the numbers there. The estimate they're looking on there, 148. The actual is 123. They start the conference call last night. Doesn't really help things. $30.85 in the price of Nordstrom. And for some context, as I said, check out that year. They had quite a revival up to 43, but we're going to open at $40. You're talking about almost 30% from that price level. And if we're going to open at 30, you got to imagine that $25 is right in sight. And even a longer term, there's the drop from 67 to 25. You make it back up to $43. But guess what? We're going to open at $30, right down in this lower range for Nordstrom. Other shares out there with earnings. Dollar Tree reporting mixed quarterly results for the fourth quarter. Stocks down 1.6%. We'll jump over to their chart in a moment. DLTR. $1.79 a share. They were looking for $1.75. However, only $6.32 billion. That's a lot of dollar sales for the Dollar Tree. $6.32 billion versus $6.39 the market was looking for. DLTR. Now this is a 3-year chart. Quite the drop it's had from 119.71 to 81.82, but it's going to open under $80. Zooming this in, 15-minute chart. Looking about $79.85 right now for Dollar Tree shares. Other news out there in terms of headlines. Amazon, they have an employee that tested positive in their Seattle office, quote-unquote, in their quote-unquote Brazil office. Not sure what that means. Maybe it's a building. Maybe it's the part of the office dealing with Brazil. Nonetheless, an employee in Seattle for Amazon. You have GE, said it expects the coronavirus to shave off between $300 to $500 million in the first quarter of free cash flow. Quite a number, right? In 90 days, they're going to lose almost $500 million in free cash flow. However, they reaffirmed their full-year outlook for free cash flow. So pretty interesting. They're going to lose it all in the first quarter. But if they're reaffirming their full-year outlook, does that mean they plan on getting that back or making up for it? It would seem so. Oracle upgraded to a buy from a hold, citing the stock's large discount versus peers. You also have Chipotle Grill, upgraded to overweight from equal weight at Wells Fargo. Chipotle's drive-through location set to accelerate the company's move back toward all-time high store sale levels, margins, and returns. Home Depot, upgraded to a buy from neutral. And jumping over to some of these. So we got Home Depot, trading higher this morning, closed at 227, 232.80 about on Home Depot. Chipotle Mexican Grill closed at 736, looking to open about 760 this morning. Oracle closed at 48.85, opening above 50 right now. And Amazon, not really a driving story, but still nonetheless with the market higher. Amazon 1946. And what else do we have down here? Target as well. Goldman Sachs adding Target to its America's Conviction list, noting we think there's room for the top line story to exceed their low single-digit growth guidance as the company continues to benefit from competitor store closures. Pretty interesting. Nordstrom story right underneath it. Those two definitely tied together. And Morgan Stanley shares upgraded to buy from neutral. An analyst at Citi, and Beyond Meat initiated with a buy with a price target of 130, which represents 36% upgrade. So jumping over Morgan Stanley, 45.30, up almost $1 from the 44.40 closed yesterday. BYND, Beyond Meat, closed at about 95, up there at almost $100 right now. And what was the other one? Target, TGT. Quite a pop, 106 yesterday, almost closed, up at about 108.35. You jump to Walmart, 114.19. Home Depot, 232, and we'll finish it off with their competitor Lowe's getting a pop as well at almost 111. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be coming back after the break. We'll finish it up, see what else we have on tap for Wednesday markets. S&P's up 63 points. We'll be right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. One final check on the markets. S&P's up 57 points. Dow futures up about 580. Jumping around to the gold contract. Gold, quite a run from this week. The lows last weekend, Friday, 15.64. Gold yesterday charging higher on that rate cut. You trade from about 16.07. Gold trades to a high just after the market closed last night. That high print 16.54. Gold holding up well this morning, 16.4170. Jumping over to oil. Oil above $48 last week as well, 43.32. We're up almost $5 from that price tag early yesterday. Crude trading at about 48.60. We make it down overnight, as in last night, not overnight, 2 p.m. at the market lows. Crude was trading at a low price of 46.47. We're back above 48.06. Checking in on the VIX this morning. As you may expect, the market's charging higher. VIX toward the end of the day yesterday was over 40. We're back down to 32.89 this morning. And Bitcoin. How about it? We haven't covered Bitcoin too much yet this week. Bitcoin's had its own volatility. Last week, we were up there at 93.95. End of last week, 84.80. You make it back above 9,000 towards the end of Monday on Bitcoin. Currently trading at about 8,800 right now on the price of Bitcoin. And we'll finish it off with a chart of the notes and bonds. There is your spike yesterday. Quite a print. You pull up. This is the 30-year right now. We're basically flat. We were up at 174.16. We're about 2.5 points below that level already. The 10-year, we were up at 136.23. We're about a full point off that price level. That price was correlating to a yield of about 0.92%. 0.92%. Pretty remarkable yield. And just checking in on some of the other stocks that have been hit from this coronavirus. Disney shares this morning, 118.63, about $2 above the 116.45 that we closed at. And we'll finish it off with the giant of them all, Amazon, 1942. Closed yesterday at 1908. And how about Tesla? Quite a run it's had. Was up to 820 pre-market yesterday. Looking to open about $25 higher at 770. Stay tuned, folks. Larry Pesavento coming up live at 9. I'll be back at 10 o'clock with Tom. Live programming all